Hey there, peeps of the world. So, I wanted to give a quick tutorial on something that I recently just figured out how to do, and that is Nintendo Gamecube and Nintendo Wii corruptions. Now this I've sort of done in several different ways in the past, however they've all been very poor. It's been a very poor method of doing it. And the method I'm referring to is Cheat Engine, which it works, but you really just gotta get lucky. Now, one thing I want to point out is the actual game itself is probably going to be quite laggy right now, and that's not because of the corruption. That's simply just because of the fact that I'm recording through OBS. Don't worry, I plan to get a new graphics card so that this can actually run smoother, and maybe I can actually do a full video on some Nintendo Wii or Gamecube corruption. So, the first thing you're going to need is obviously the game you want to corrupt. In this example, I'm using Super Mario Galaxy because not only does this game work very well with the corruptions, but it's also just, it's a very fun game to do them with. Now, specifically, with the emulator, you're going to be using Dolphin, but you're going to be using a modded version of Dolphin, which is referred to as Dolphin's Nares mod. This can be downloaded if you were to just Google it, but it's also on the official Real-Time Corruptor Discord server. So if you go to Earcluzar's YouTube channel, he'll probably have a link to that. And if you just go into the RTC dev builds, find the latest version of this, and you should be good. The next thing you'll need is the Windows Glitch Harvester. Now, obviously, I've talked about the Windows Glitch Harvester in the past. However, this is a different version of it. So this is Windows Glitch Harvester version 0.93b. What this version essentially is it's not really different from any other version, but it's different in the sense that a new feature has been added, and that is the ability to target, instead of just a file, you target Dolphin directly. Now, along with that, you also have Dolphin mod tools, which, if we open this on up, you'll notice that it has this Dolphin save state info. This will come in handy in a minute, so, don't worry about it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit Start Net Core Server. So the thing about targeting Dolphin is one of these values that will really mean a lot later on is the alignment, which, if you have it set to target Dolphin, it'll automatically already set it for you in here, as you can see. So, how are you going to do this exactly? Well, here's what you're going to do. So, good lord, this is laggy. Man, this frame rate's amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the game. Again, very laggy, I know, but what you're going to do, you're going to make a save state. Now, the next thing you want to do is to make sure that when you load, you want to load the save state. So check for whatever you named it. If you wanted to rename it, I kind of remember what the file name is for Super Mario Galaxy states, which is RMGEO-E01. So yeah, just select that. These are for different games, just so you know. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to select one yet, just because I already have a save state for this game loaded. But what you're also going to need is, usually, when you use the Windows Glitch Harvester, you would use the Nightmare engine. In this case, you're going to be using the Vector engine, which is different. So this is where all this stuff comes into play. Now, a couple things that I recommend. For the limiter list, I recommend you put it to Extended Plus. I forgot to actually check that, but it will work with Extended. It's just, I feel like Extended Plus just works better. Obviously, the alignment you don't have to mess with, because if you have this set to target Dolphin, the Dolphin save state info will already change that for you. So then what you'll want to do is you'll basically just set your values. You could do something, right now I have it set to 500,000 intensity with a starting address of 2,644,731. Now, one thing I've noticed about the starting address is playing around with this can really play around with how the corruptions will be. Will they be more heavily focused on audio? Will they be more heavily focused on graphical? Or maybe something with your momentum of your character messing up? You never know. So what you're just going to do is you're just going to hit Blast Target, and it'll load the corruption. So as you can see, this does not look normal. We just do some nice walking. Wow, Mario, you don't even have a walking animation, my man. One thing that's also pretty cool about this is it also messes up the, if you go to the home menu, with how you'd use the home button, that's also messed up. So if we look at it, whew, dear, this has seen better days. Now, if you feel like you want to just kind of go to reset and see if it does anything, you can also just hit reset. Did that not work? You can hit reset. Okay, so this corruption's basically made it so that the reset button's the close home menu button. You know, that's good. So to prove my point a little bit more, let's just do another one. Whoa, this one looks really bad. Okay, so this is the home menu, and it looks pretty bad, but we're just gonna ignore that. And yeah, just go there. So this is how the title screen looks. As you can see, the background is completely missing. Something's going on with the galaxy scrolling, and the press both A and B button is just, it's flooping off. Oh dear, there's no file for me to choose. So let's do one last one. Now this time I have slightly adjusted the starting address, so maybe the corruption type will be different. Maybe it won't, but maybe it will be. So I've slightly adjusted it here. As you can see, it's now in more of the 5 million range. So if we just blast target. Okay, so this is Mario. Apparently he's very light-skinned, and the camera has really screwed up. I can't even... Okay, well, we've gone out into oblivion, guys. Let's see how the menu for the game looks, the pause menu. It's not even visible. Interesting. So, anything that overlaps with the game's regular gameplay does not exist. Now, guys, I can't help but just do one more. Let's do it. That didn't sound right. Also, I have no idea where the game has just sent me. Ooh, Mario, you don't look so good there. Also, the cursor is non-existent. I literally cannot use the cursor. So yeah, that's basically just how the Nintendo Wii corruptions and everything are kind of done on here. Now, this is pretty huge for me because I've tested this out on more than just Super Mario Galaxy. I've tested this out on Punch-Out as well for the Wii, and it also works. And I recently was testing Mario Kart Wii, which also does work. There's definitely some noticeable differences in how the corruptions really work. With each game. With Super Mario Galaxy, it seems to be a variety of anything. You could get audio corruptions, you could get graphical corruptions, you could really just get anything. With Punch-Out, it seems more like the models really love to get stretched out. And with Mario Kart Wii, it seems like the game really loves to increase and decrease the size of things, and also cause a lot of lag when stuff's going on, so... it's very interesting how these games can be very diverse. Again, I have not tested a GameCube game with this, but I know it works the exact same way as it does with a Wii game. So yeah. So as I said before, if I can manage to get a better graphics card, I would love to do some Nintendo Wii corruptions for you guys, because this is honestly huge for me. I've obviously done Sonic Mania corruptions, but that's not a game that's not very top-heavy. I mean, yes, it's a PC game, but it's very 2D, and it's practically 8-bit. So, you know, it's not all that impressive. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and I will see you recruits in the next video. Peace.